I've been asked by several people how I make cool little emojis or animations like this one or this one. They're pretty simple. I'm gonna do this little tutorial, step it out in kind of a piecemeal basis so it doesn't get too long. But the first thing we have to do is just actually make the sprites themselves. We can do it for free or just with free software and print it out in scalable SVG or a vector type format. Feel free to join us every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. We stream at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Usually it's Wednesdays that we do our creative streams where we make cool stuff, and um, it's usually viewer driven. So, anyway, let's get to it. Let's make the sprite, and yeah, let's go. So, the first thing you need to do is figure out what you want to do. I love Sabin from Final Fantasy VI, so a lot of my characters, or at least my Dink character, are based on Sabin. So all I did was I went to Googled Sabin Figaro laugh GIF 16-bit. I was trying to get the laugh, but I figured that I didn't have this one, and this one's pretty clean, so I just went with it. So this is the one we're gonna do today, so I can get another version of Dink as a like facing you type of an animation. So anyway, once you find what you want, all you do is right click and just say copy image. Now it's on your clipboard. There's a free program. It's called Inkscape. I'm pretty sure it's inkscape.com. I'll put it in the description below because that's not it. There we go. It's inkscape.org. Inkscape.org. Anyway, it's a free download. You can just download it, use it for quite a few things, and it's fantastic. So I just opened up a new document. Now this document I brought in one of my guys because I want the colors. Colors are I want them obviously the exact same, so they're constantly as I'm making my animations, it doesn't change. So I still have that saved on my clipboard. So right click, paste, or Control V or whatever you want to do. That's paste. So he's in there. So now I know how my pixels are going to be situated. So the first thing you want to do is make a square because these are pixels. If I had to draw nice straight lines, it's not gonna happen. So let's do it via square. So there's this square tool on the left hand side, right below what is that? A ruler? It's right below the ruler. Just make a rectangle. Now it's gonna start. It's not gonna be square. But if you hold Control and go down at a 45, because it breaks it out when you hold Control. Like there's a 30 degrees. I think it's 13 or 30 or maybe it's even 15-degree increments, at least by default. But if you hold it at 45, you can tell where your square is. So just take it out as far as you want. You want to make it somewhat small. But again, once you have it, that's going to govern the size of your sprite. That's actually probably a little big. Let's do that. Okay, so this is the basis that I'm going to be using as my design draw board. Okay. Sometimes, depending on, because if it's a brand new install, this might not show up brown. It might show up clear. So let's figure out the color. I like to do one color for my entire board because I want to know like where I have designed or where I have changed, where I have made the sprite and where I haven't. So down here, these colors are, although that's just the basic colors, there's any RGB color of the rainbow if you want to use it, but these are kind of the standard ones down below. So if you just left click on any of them, it fills it in. So even if you brought it in and it's clear, you just bring it, or yeah, let's click on that thing anyway. So you just change to be what color you want. I usually start off with a color that's not included in my design. Let's go with pink, because then I know if I have or have not changed it. And then you can see there's an outline. I do not want an outline. So this is this little none all the way on the bottom left-hand corner right there. It's a little none. So I'm just going to right-click on that and tell stroke that I want none, because fill is the actual color of the box, while stroke is your outline. So you can do either one, but obviously I want to get rid of the stroke. I don't want there to be an outline. I just want it to be a fill color. All right, so now I just have this nice little box. And now I need to make a grid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. This is 24. So I need to make it at least 24 by 24. Obviously, he's a little taller than he is wide, so it probably doesn't need to be 24 wide. But I'll show you how I do that. Anyway, you don't want to do copy paste. That just takes forever. All you have to do is, if you have this selected, if you just hit Control D, it duplicates it. Okay, and then after I select both, I hit Control D again. All I'm doing is clicking and dragging, right? So I have all 4 selected. Control D, then I just click, hold, drag, and move over. So that's 8. Control D, that's 16. Now, since that is 16 and there's 8, I don't grab them all again, because 8, to get to 24, I just need to do that. So now I've got 24, right? So now I do the same thing up. There's 1, I grab them all, Control D, grab them all, Control D. So now I've got 8 tall, and then there's 16, and there's 24. Oops. So now I have my grid, my square grid that I can draw in. Again, I can't draw, so I love the fact that this is just super, super easy. It's just drawing squares, and then now we're just changing the colors of the squares, or we're building like the outline. So I want to come down here and I check how wide the base is, because I kind of want to form this, because the outsides, obviously, they're not going to be white. If you do white, you won't have a clear background. So you can shape and delete as you need to get this how you want it. So my bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this black bar, there's 8 wide, right? So if I think that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I have them selected, I can hold Shift and then trim down where I don't want. So that's 8, right? So that means I can highlight those, delete those. Oops, I just lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? Yep. So that's the one that can go away. All I'm doing is clicking and dragging, and then highlighting. It only highlights the ones that you completely engulf. See, if I just do that, it doesn't, no matter what I do, it doesn't grab it. I have to completely go around the entire square for it to grab it, which is useful. So now that I know this bottom 8 is black, then I make sure that I can make it black now instead of making it pink, because then I know, okay, I have done the whole bottom row of squares. All right, so there's this little dropper tool, this little pick colors from image. If you have your square selected, you can pick this little dropper, click it, and then click your color of your item. Now, for black, I don't usually go and click on that black, because it may not be 100% black. What I can do, if I haven't selected, I could hit this color, or you can hit any of the colors down here if you have a set color that you want. It's just, if you want to pull it from an image, you use this little dropper tool, which I will be using not to take it from the image, but to take it from my other character. So that's the bottom. Now, if you're done with let's not get too advanced yet. Let's build it up first. All right, so as you can see, his toes go out, right? So it goes out 1, so I can just grab and delete the ones that I don't need, and then it goes back. Stop it. And then it goes back inside, so I just grab and delete those ones. So these guys, if I keep going, I select more of the black ones. All right, I can honestly, if I wanted to just outline it completely, because right, it's all black. If I'm good at following where, like, piecemealing it together and following it around, I could literally just go through it holding Shift. I'm holding Shift so I can select multiples at a time. So up, and then you could count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dropper, make it black. And technically, then I can come through here and delete all those, and you can see how it's starting to take shape. And then this is the exact same, so it's up to, now if I'll show you how to select these in a box. You can see where these lines are, right? If I'm holding shift, I can click inside of a box right here and then drag and highlight all of them in that row. And then black. So let's continue. Wait, I have these two that are also black. So Sabin has green feet. I am using more of a gray shoes. And then I'm just going to just start following this around. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and it cuts in and up and over and diagonal back down. Just following this around. Select. That would be my color right there. Yeah. So I'm going to select that lighter blue. And then these, again, I can hover over them, select them. And you can see how it's starting to take shape. So let's grab those two. I'll probably be speeding this up here in a second so that I can just, you don't have to watch me do this entire thing. Essentially just start going through it and fine tuning if you like something or don't like something. I want Dink to kind of look, I don't know, fatter. That looks better. So that is that's 24 high. So now we kind of have it situated how we want it. However, like when you try to make the actual slide, it'll have these lines. So we do not want these lines. Okay. Now that we have everything we want, and obviously there's gonna be tweaks. You're not gonna like it. You're gonna like it. It's gonna, yeah. So I'll leave it up to you. Anyway, to get rid of them, you'll want to select all of one color. I mean, you don't have to select the ones that they don't have a side to the same color. Like this one, I could just leave alone. But like these ones and these ones, just holding shift and clicking. There's a little command once you have them selected up in path that says, where is it? Combine. The word or the short key for which I use the short keys. Obviously, you see me using Control D all the time. So this one would be Control K. I'm probably going to use that from now on. But just so you are aware, it is combine. You can go up and like combine all of the black to be with a single, like a single group. Like you can do that. It's not completely necessary. For me, it just feels cleaner. So if I have them all selected, right, I just Control K. Now they're all one piece. So if I were to want to move that somewhere, I have the capability. Obviously, like now that he's here, I don't want that to happen, right? I want it to be like this, where I just click on him and then I move him around where I want him, because if not, it's just not gonna be good. So I'm gonna get rid of these other things. We're done. So if I have all of them selected, just the big rectangle over everything works. Then you can right click on them, and there's this group, this G down here, all the way on the bottom in group. So now I just move him around as I see fit. And it's great. So now I like to make them 800 by 800 pixels. And to do that, this is the most important part. This is where you actually get to have them. It's clean, all that good stuff. So you want your output, or you want to make your window 800 by 800. How you do that is you go to File, Document Properties, and this little window pops up right there. This little window. You can change the units to pixels, px, and then change it 800 by 800, and then just exit out of it. And now you have this perfect little window that's 800 by 800. Now your little guy, you need to scale him up. You'll never get it perfect. So what you want to do is up here on the top, this top bar right here, make sure that your ratio, there's a little lock button to keep your ratio, so that if you only expand the height, the width will go with it. Because right now, if I just wanted to change his height to like 30, he flattens. We don't want that. So we want to select that little lock button. Then if I go and I change my millimeter, I want to change the units to pixels so it matches what we did for the actual window, and I want to make the height 800. Now he's 800. How do you get in the fit? Little align tool. You can align to page. You can do both horizontal alignment and vertical alignment. And now he is perfectly centered in the page. And again, like that, obviously you can see the quality is perfect. It's perfect 16-bit quality, right? Now we want to export it as a slide or a character. And the way we do that is there's an export PNG image. If it doesn't show up in your little sidebar, you can go to File and then Export PNG image. That doesn't automatically do it. It just opens up the little sidebar on the side. Let me see if I can make sure that my face is out of the way. So, um, PNG, Export PNG. Right there. You want to go to Page. You want to keep it at Page. There's like these will change on you if you like select out or select something else. It could go and like see it. Oh, it's no longer the page. I think I moved. It. All right, so let's go back to the export. So we're exporting the page, which will be the full 800 by 800. So this thing will be square. I usually stick with 300 DPI. You can go higher, you can go lower. That's up to you, depending on the quality you want. Then you can export it as. I will export it into my pictures, and then I'll just say it's my Dink front, whatever. Name it whatever you want. You're not done. I've made that mistake way too many times. You have to hit the check mark to export it. Export. Now it has been exported. So now if you go into your pictures, there's my guy with a transparent background, and I can scale him and use him for whatever I want to use him for. So I see a little beard. I'll have to fix that. You probably saw it and you're like, man, this guy's an idiot. No, I got to change that beard. Anyway, then once you get all of your images made, then I'll show you how to do a fun little, either you can use it as a GIF, you can use it as a part of your animation, or you can just use them for a emoji for Twitch. Join our Discord where we give help and kind of show more stuff. If you want me to make some of these for you, you can click on our Patreon. Take it easy. Thanks for watching, and I want to see your sprites.